Today, on Be Something Wonderful, how to transcend negative emotion, what it really means. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. There was a comment from one of the subscribers on a video about negative emotion. I think it was based on the teachings of Dr. David R. Hawkins. And this subscriber wrote, Tom, with all due respect, feeling negative emotion or allowing myself to feel my negative emotion is pretty uncomfortable. Well, guys, we're going to unpack this today and more. The first thing I want to say, I agree, it is uncomfortable. So, but really, the only way out is in. The only way out is within, right? As all the spiritual teachers say, all the gurus and all the coaches, to feel is to heal, right? Feeling is healing. That's how you rise in consciousness. Let's unpack this a little bit more. So the only way out is within. But what does it really mean? Well, on the other side of all that discomfort is everything you want and desire. It's the peace, the love, the joy, the clarity of who you really are. On the other side of feeling those emotions and then releasing them, right, back into infinity is everything you want. It's your true self, right? See all uncomfortable thoughts, feelings, and emotions as a door to that higher you. Hear this. All your emotions, but especially the negative ones, right, is a door to that other side, right? Who you really are is positive emotion, pure positive energy. That's why it feels uncomfortable. That's why it feels awful, right? It's because that's your emotional guidance system telling you there's something off. You're feeling differently than what your higher self feels about you. Why? Because your higher self, God, never looks in that direction, never sees you like that. That's just your lower mind trying to convince you that something's wrong. That's why it feels uncomfortable, right? That's your emotional guidance system saying that you're off track. You're thinking about something that's not true of yourself, right? So see all uncomfortable thoughts, feelings, and emotions as a door to that higher you. See all perceived problems, obstacles, and negative conditions as opportunities, hear this, to realign with your divine self. See all problems, obstacles, or negative conditions, or negative emotions as an opportunity for realignment with your divine self, with you, who you really are, right? See all life experiences as always working out for you because they are. Wow, this is powerful if you can just get this, right? You realize the magnitude of what we're talking about here, right? Here's what Paramahansa Yogananda says, your trials did not come to punish you, but to awaken you. Wow, that's beautiful. But to awaken you, to make you realize that you are part of spirit, that just behind those sparks of life is the flame of infinity. Wow, I love this. Right behind those sparks of life. Remember, the sparks of life include positive and negative emotion in different experiences. That's what duality is about. It's about your soul came here to mix it up, to feel it all, and then to choose again. That's what spirituality is. It's about feeling all of it and then choosing again. Wow, that's powerful, right? Love that quote. Every time you reject, every time you deny, every time you bury negative emotion, you're rejecting, you're denying, and burying your true self. This is powerful, guys. Hear this, right? Where you're rejecting your true self, you're rejecting who you are, right? That negative emotion continues to grow and live through you out of fear and denial. Right? They live through that fear and denial. And then eventually you're going to either project them, suppress them, or repress them, or all of the above, right? But here's the thing, even when you act them out, you're not releasing them. Someone says, well, it's good you got it off your chest, but the negative emotion increases. Yes, you're releasing a little of it, but what you're taking on is much more than that. So projection's not the answer, repressing it's not the answer, or suppressing it, right? Keeping those emotions in. either consciously or unconsciously. To feel is to heal, means allow and observe the feelings and emotions with compassion and love. Like a parent looks at a child, right, that's acting up or is getting emotional. Look at your lower self with compassion and love, right? You have that ability to observe. Right? That's part of, really, we get it. Negative emotion is part of the human condition, but you don't have to stay there, right? So then release it. Look at it with love and compassion, then release the negative emotion, right? Nothing you feel is ever wrong. Stop judging yourself. Feel it all. There's nothing wrong with you feeling negative emotion. Really, what happens is we feel negative emotion, and then we acquire more negative emotion because we feel guilty about feeling guilty, or we feel guilty about feeling fearful, or whatever it is. We add negative emotion. There's nothing wrong, right? It's all part of the experience. It's all part of this duality. Right? All pain, all suffering, all negative emotion is revealing who you are not. So you can become more of who you really are. That's why your soul came, right? To mix it up, to feel who you are not. That's your beautiful emotional guidance system saying, turn around, you took a wrong turn, right? Don't rip out your GPS in your car just because you don't like what it's telling you. We talked about this before, right? All of it is telling you who you are not, so you can become more of who you are. Love, joy, peace, lasting happiness. This is not, guys, this is not pie in the sky stuff. It's an inner choice, not an outer manifestation, right? It's not about getting happy by getting something in the outer world, right? Love, peace, joy, lasting happiness is an inner choice, not an outer manifestation. That's what spiritual growth is about. Spiritual growth is about making the higher choice over and over again, more and more. Hear this. That's what spirituality is about. It's about experiencing it all, mixing it up in the 3D world of duality and relativity, and then making the higher choice over and over again. Isn't that great? Isn't that good to know? Wow, it's the choice to remember who you really are, which is no choice at all, right? You're gonna remember, right? And that's what you want. So when you turn to and trust in your higher self will lift you up and carry you. Hear this, right? This is what the story of the prodigal son was saying, right? We've talked about this before, but it fits so nicely here, right? And he arose. This is what it says. When the son went and blew his inheritance, right? All his good treasures, right? That his spiritual connection, when he blew it all in the 3D world, he came back to the father. He rose, came to his father, but when he was still a long way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and embraced him and kissed him. That's what your inner being is doing. When you start turning back, when you process that negative emotion, you let it pass through you, right? And then your higher self, you're starting to point now towards your higher self. Your higher self will come running to you. No matter how negative it seems, higher thought in your higher self is always ready to embrace you. Wow, isn't that good to know? Wow, that's powerful. The truth of your higher self is waiting on the other side of all perceived suffering and negative emotion. With what? What is it waiting with? Hear this. Your higher self's always waiting on the other side of you feeling that negative emotion and then releasing it with love, compassion, clarity, kindness, peace, trust, fearlessness, joy, gratitude, appreciation. That's not cloud nine stuff. That's who you really are, right? Your real or true nature, right? The pure positive energy of all there is, or the name or nature or name of God, right? All of that is you. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to deserve it. You don't have to struggle for it. You don't have to get it. It's always been yours. That's the other message of the prodigal son. When the father says to the other son, the older son, who was jealous, who was angry, who was envious of the younger son getting a party thrown for coming back, what did the father say to the older son? Son, you have always been with me, and all that is mine is yours. Hear this. No matter how much jealousy, anger, negative emotion you go through, your higher self or God's there welcoming you back. and saying, it's always been yours. Here you go. Here. Right? That is how to transcend negative emotion. That's what it really means. I am your host, Tom Caron, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Hit us up on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Caron, our website at tomcaron.com or besomethingwonderful.com, or write me to say hello at info@besomethingwonderful.com. I always love to hear from you. Until next time, with great love, this is Tom. See you soon.